What's going on, YouTube? Tuchman Dave here from TMD, man. I'm coming back for a small review right now, not actually even on a specific product, but to talk about various products. So I've already pre-ordered, right, the Z Fold 4. I took a look at the Z Flip 4, and I just want to break down a quick comparisons of I think and what's in my mind to what are you getting in a phone. Should you take the route of the S22 Ultra? Should you take the route of the Z Fold 4? Should you get the Z Flip 4? I'm not sure, really, because, and it's the same problem I got. Next month, iPhone will be doing their unveiling of their iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro Max, iPhone 14s, whatever name you want to put on the Pro Max, the S. They're making two big ones and two small ones, right? And they're coming out with an A16 Bionic chip. Samsung, the 8 Gen 1, 8 Gen 1, 8 Gen Plus chip that they have coming out in these new chipsets in these phones, they're not changing much. What Samsung is doing and iPhone is doing the exact same thing. They're refining their phones. So if you have a 13 Pro Max, just like the one I'm shooting on right now, I'm not going to trade it in to go get a 14 Pro Max. My Z Fold 4, I'm not, they do have the best trade-in program, Samsung does, but I'm not trading in my Z Fold 3 for the Z Fold 4. So of course I bought it just to see how will it play out, how will it turn out, what's the difference of it. But I have to be honest with you guys and what you're getting. For me, I just did it for the purpose of the video so I can do a review on it, but you're not getting a whole lot from changing of phones from the 13 Pro Max and moving up to the iPhone, a new one, to the Z Fold 3 and moving up to the 4. You're not really getting a whole lot. They changed around the chipset. We know that, right? The outer display is still 6.2, inner display 7.6, but they did tweak it a bit. They made the Z Fold 4 a little shorter, a little bit wider. Should be better usage of comfortability in your hand. Me with the 3, I don't have that problem. I tend to not wear a case with it and it kind of fits my small hands perfectly. I'm not really a person that has a gripe about that, but I also want you to be in perspective of what you're going to get in trying to buy this phone. So I've used the Flip 3. I used the Flip 3 for about 2 or 3 weeks one time, just to see how it works out. The battery life sucks. And I think they're taking the battery life from 3,300 milliamp hour to 3,700. Through real world tests, I would love to see how long that battery lasts you, right? That's the big gripe with that. But I'm a person that loves to flip for some reason. I love the pocketable aspect of that phone to where I can simply use it, throw it in my pocket, put it in my shirt pocket. I can go on throughout my day. I can video record in HD, up to 60 frames per second. I can portrait mode photos. I can even hold it as a camcorder. Just that flipping pocketable aspect of that phone is what makes that phone sellable. It's what makes that phone great, right? And I have to look into that. So with that lineup of phone, guys, I have to be real honest with my viewers, my subscribers, and really understand is when you get into the nature of these phones these days, they're not changing a whole lot. They're not changing a whole lot to the cell phones. They're changing around chipsets. They're changing around the size. They're changing around a few camera settings. But looking at YouTube videos already with the Z Fold 3 and the Z Fold 4, I've looked at other YouTubers and other YouTube channels. These cameras, right? They changed around the cameras to match the S21. Not the S22. Why wouldn't you change that to your flagship device cameras, right? The S21 Ultra is a knockout phone. It's still one of the top phones, flagship phones out today that Samsung has put out. But why wouldn't you take the cameras on your new Z Fold 4 and put the S22 Ultra cameras on there? I don't get the move by Samsung, nor do I understand it, right? But me personally, in the same way as iPhone, I think where iPhone really lost it is, and I'm one of the people that still uses my 11 Pro Max. I still use my 11 Pro Max. Why? Because I love the form factor of it. Like these sides on this phone, I think this is the best thing iPhone ever did. It's putting these sides on the phone. It allows you to hold this phone comfortable. like use of ease, like the just easy usage in it is just absolutely great. I still find myself using it from time to time because the 13 Pro Max tends to hurt my hand. It's such a big phone, and I think the form factor and the size of how it's made tends to hurt the hands, and having it in hand, it hurts your fingers. So, right, I still go back to my 11 Pro Max and use it from time to time. I love it. It's an easy everyday carry, pocketable, but I actually love using it. But my main purpose of this video was to tell you what you're getting in a Samsung product and what are you getting in an Apple product. Apple is set to release, I think, their video or their unboxing and unveiling event, I believe, is September 10th. Don't quote me on that. I believe that unveiling event is September 10th. I will be online to check that out. I didn't miss Samsung's on. I was very impressed on what they brought to the table. I just don't think they made enough changes to this phone for you to go crazy and spend $1,700 to get it. I just don't think a lot was changed, right? You charging $1,700 for a phone and it's really not your flagship device. And I think that's kind of tough to sell, right? And I think iPhone is going to do the exact same thing. They're going to change around the chipset. They're going to reduce the notch. They're going to improve on the cameras a little bit. And the battery life, I don't think is changing from the 13 Pro Max to the 14 Pro Max. It'll be the exact same thing. So the battery life is not changing. But I think both companies right now are doing the same thing. They're refining their products to make us go out and buy them. But we have to be very smart. Yes, if you want the newest phone that just came out, yes, and you want to stay up with tech, yes, then by all means get this phone. But average working guy just like me, nobody is sponsoring my videos or nothing. Like, I have to really consider, should I buy these phones? Most companies have a different return policy than other companies, so you have to be very careful. Samsung, I think they have a 12 to 15-day window to possibly return something, so you have to be and keep that in mind. But for me personally, like I said, I will buy one just for the purpose of this review and be able to get a review out on the phone and actually what I think about it. But chances is strongly I'll send it back. I'll send it back and get my money back for it because I don't think they changed enough to the Z Fold 3 edition to actually charge a person $1,700 for the phone. Me, I don't have any gripes with it. I absolutely love it. The Z Fold 3 still works great. It's still a day-to-day user for me. I pop in the SIM card and go along with this. I'm getting 2 days battery life here. But the same thing with iPhone. They're not changing enough, and I'm not going to upgrade to the iPhone 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max. I'm not going to upgrade to that as well because they're not changing enough in these phones. I may wait till the 15 or the Z Fold 5 to actually go into use of everyday carry, and this is my phone that will replace my iPhone, or this is the phone that I'll use every single day regardless of what's going on. Absolutely. So just to give you guys a quick update on what are you getting out of these phones. With the Samsung lineup, I don't think there's enough there for you to upgrade. So if you have a Z Fold 3, keep it. I believe it's the best thing out right now, still from a foldable standpoint. Still Samsung, it's still a great phone. So if you have it, keep it, no doubts about it. Same thing as the iPhone. You have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, keep it through this year. There's no reason for you to upgrade at all. I don't believe they made enough changes to the phone to be able to justify $1,000, $1,100 on a payout. Just go ahead and keep your phone. But if you want the latest new flagships, go ahead and buy them. But Apple or Samsung, I don't think it's either worth an upgrade this year from either device. If you have 11 Pro Max, still I would consider keeping that 11 Pro Max. But if you have a 10 XR, whatever the case may be, and you hadn't upgraded in a few years, it's worth an upgrade. Go ahead and get the iPhone 14, the newest flagship that just came out. Same thing as the Samsung lineup. You got a S20 or a Note 10, whatever the case may be. If you feel like you want to upgrade to the foldables device, the foldable devices are great. They really are. They're great. They're fantastic to use, everyday use, but they do come with a hefty price tag. And you got to be able to be realistic with yourself is, can you afford that? Right? So that's just my in-depth of what I think about it. Don't have the products in hand to show you because nobody's sponsoring my videos, but I'm just giving you an overview of what I think from the Samsung unveiling to what's coming next in Apple, right? Samsung just came out. We just waiting on Apple. They're not changing enough to their phones for you to rush out and kill yourself and upgrade, not pay your mortgage, not pay your light bills to go upgrade the phone. So please do not do it. Do not do it. This is just an update on where Samsung is right now in my mind, and this is an update on where Apple is in my mind. So I'm a little undecided on which direction to go, what I'm gonna purchase. I know I'm about an iPhone as well and do a review on it. So I have that coming at the while next month after they unveil. But that's just my in-depth thought, you guys. Don't forget at the end of this video, at the bottom, please comment, like, and subscribe. Support the YouTube channel, as I said, as a must. Without you guys, there's no way I could possibly do this. So don't forget, after you read this video and go through it, possibly analyze it in any kind of way, leave your comments down at the bottom. Let me know how the Z Fold 3 is, right? Let me know if you're planning on getting the Z Fold 4 or even the same thing as Apple. If you have plans to purchase there, let me know your plans in the purchasing your new iPhone, what kind of iPhone you have, and do you plan on upgrading. Again, this is Tuchman Dave signing out from TMD. Do not forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it.